Welcome back to another video, guys. So today we are checking out the GR86 around Oulton Park. We've actually done a bit of this in practice in our Discord, which you should definitely come and join, which is TurnOne.gg. We was cruising around with Jamie, Josh, Deej. It was an awesome time, and it actually got me ready for this race. So we are not in the top split. I'm pretty sure we're in the third split in this. And as the guy to our left, number 15, just got rear-ended by, I think it was Petro. Yeah. So you can kind of see how this race is going to go. If you guys haven't, by the way, please leave a like on this video and subscribe. It really does help with the algorithm. As well as leave a comment below. It could be anything that you want, whether it's a car emoji or anything, or just to explain how you're feeling today. But guys, here we go, crossing the start-finish line. And we are actually going pretty decent. We are going to try and go quite close to the cars in front because I do want to get a decent result, as we didn't qualify and we are all the way down in 17th right now. A lot of contact in front of us, slapping on the brakes, trying to avoid the absolute carnage that is in front of us. Number 15 there, not having a good time. Mr. Rio just getting absolutely rinsed before the lights even started, and now getting shunted across the entire racetrack. Now on our left hand side here, coming up behind us, it is Petro in his wonderful what's that, monster livery, trying to take us in where it's island bends, and then coming up to Shell corner. We are going to try and take the inside line, but nope, Roland come and close that door harder than there was an inch right there between me and him. That was absolutely nuttily close. On the left, Mert's going wide, taking the chicanes a lot more slow than I'd actually like. I'm pretty good at taking these Britain chicanes. I am pretty good at that one, but we had to be kind of careful because we do have, well, Petro here. I'm pretty sure he's got a slowdown or something, and Seska behind us, where we do need to watch ourselves. Going into the Hislop chicane and now coming towards Knickerbrook, getting a really decent line out of here. In fact, it was so good that we are now seriously catching up to Rio, coming up towards Clay Hill. And then you got Water Tower, which is, I'm pretty sure I've been to the right, you know. Coming through to Druid's Corner. Now, this corner is a bit of a struggle for me. After having a chat with Deej and a few guys from the TurnOne Discord, a lot of them brake quite early, where I actually brake where the tarmac changes color. So, trying to gauge the right braking point for this one. I don't actually have a problem with Lodge Corner, this corner, the final corner, coming towards, well, actually, this is the final corner, Deer Leap. But Lodge Corner back there is actually one I don't actually have that many problems with, personally. I've got quite good at this one. And then coming up to the first bend, I've actually started to nail this corner almost down to perfection. My fastest lap time round here is actually a 1:52 all-time record, which is actually pretty good. And now in front of us we have Alex Heath. I'm pretty sure he's the one with the birds surveillance or whatever it is. Car livery, coming towards Island Bend. Now you can actually take this flat out. I don't know if you want to take it flat out in fifth. You might just go slightly too wide, but in fourth you can just kind of eat that red line right there. Dropping down to first for Shell's Oil Corner, because it's actually a pretty decent launch when you actually drop down to first and then coming towards Britain's. So for me personally, I like to beeline this. Don't switch up the fourth, switch down to second once you hit the second corner in the chicane, and then try and power through as quickly as we can. So here we are, the wonderful livery. If it flies, that spies, liars, spread the truth, bird watching goes both ways. What a livery, absolute livery. I must admit, I did get distracted whilst watching this go in front of us right here. Passing Knickerbrook, getting definitely a better line than Alex out of that location. Trying to sit in third until we reach the top of the hill, so we get the most out of our rev limiter. He is pushing us quite right here into Druid's Corner, but we do actually have the inside. But he does turn into us, which then does unsettle the car. And now it's time for catch up again. That was a bit cheeky. He could have given us a bit more room than what he actually did. Thank God that he didn't get taken off, or myself. Well, more myself than him personally. But we are actually now in the phase of catch up time. So coming past the start finish line again, we are now sitting comfortably in 9th position, up from, I'm pretty sure it's like 17th at this point. We are actually up a awful lot of positions right now. So coming down to the Cascades, I'm pretty sure that if you get the hook right here, you can floor it or accelerate a lot more earlier than what I am right here. I was doing a bit of practice beforehand in one of the practice lobbies, and someone pulled a 151. Absolute nutter. Fastest I've seen. Almost going wide right there into Island Bend. That's something that you really don't want to do, because that tire will absolutely destroy your car. You're basically meatballed if you go wide, you go around Island Bends. Now coming towards Britain's, this is where the guy in front isn't the strongest. You can take it a lot more tighter than what he does. Oh, he actually loses it. Mr. Alex, we are now passing him with ease. It sounds like he's got a flat tire. Really weird sound effect there. But now coming up towards Hislops, this one's quite good. You can brake literally like around about 55 meters, 60 meters before. Take it quite tight. It is, I will say, Oulton Park does seem to be quite the commitment track when it comes to these chicanes. Knowing your car's width, especially pushing it, because as everyone knows with iRacing's grass physics, if you touch the grass, it is basically ice. All thanks to that wonderful spar. Oh, someone spun out in front of us. It's Mr. Sergio. Is now spun out in front of us. We have definitely got the speed passing him with ease. Sergio is quite a fast driver actually around this track, so we do need to watch ourselves. Some more smoke in the Lodge corner. It does look like we might be able to catch up to Mate. I'm not so sure how you pronounce his name. It's got funky stuff above the A and the E. But coming into Old Hall corner, taking it wide, trying to kiss the apex. Accelerating the moment that you're leaving the apex and trying to carry the power through. When it does come to these GRs, you can really throw them. You kind of want to ride them when they're on their limit. You don't, but you need to be careful with the traction control. I feel like these cars, if you have the ability to turn traction control off, because the traction control really does slow down these cars on some of these bends. But if you could actually turn off that traction control, this car will be an absolute beast, in my opinion. But now we're coming up to Shell's Oils corner, catching up to the guys in the front really well, taking it slightly wide there and accelerating slightly a bit too early, but we do actually make it through just. Now coming up to Britain's, pretty decent. Oh, okay, that was actually pretty solid. That was pretty solid. Catching up to Matt right now. He's going up towards Hislops. Again, you kind of want to brake just before the 50 board, quite heavy on the brake, and just have the commitment going into that first chicane. We do take it a wee bit wide there, but well, by taking it wide into or out of Hislops into Knickerbrook, it really does slow down your speed going up over Clay Hill towards Jura's corner. And again, what I said earlier with Jura's corner, I kind of feel like this is the breaking point there. So where the color of the tarmac changes, I feel like I can get some really good speed out of there. It does mean that, well, you know, it's not the fastest, because you can see right here, for some reason, Sergio is going to try and take us in on Lodge corner, which is just something that you don't normally do. So at this point, as he kind of died for a corner that you kind of shouldn't really, I don't know, that was a very tight corner, very easy to go wide. And we do have a little bit of contact, nothing crazy. I mean, we got 0x for that. But we do follow him through. We do get enough track, but we are carrying quite a lot of speed. So my plan right here is, as he pushed it in the last corner, I'm going to push it in this one. Go into Cascades, make him go wide. He doesn't seem like he's that good under pressure because he goes off the track. He goes off the track, and now we're chilling by ourselves. I mean, I'll be honest with you, if we didn't like force him wide or anything. You know, I held my line. I held my line tight. There was plenty of room on the outside, but he just ends up going off onto the grass. But yeah, that could have been some decent battling, but he kind of gave it up at that point. So now in front of us we have Oliver that we are trying to catch, as well as we do need to be a bit careful of Alex. He is basically the same distance as we are to Oliver. Any mistakes that we have does mean that Alex is going to be right up behind us. We did actually take the Britons not that well, coming towards Hislops now. Again, braking at the well, the 50 board that time. Extremely late, but pretty well handled right there. Touching the grass a little bit, and then on the outside as well. The best thing for me is just to keep it on the tarmac. Brake and lose all my speed. I'd rather just brake and lose my speed than absolutely go off into the grass and not be able to, well, capture the car. It takes a while. So now we do have Alex right behind us, 0.6 of a second, really close behind us. We do need to watch ourselves right here, make sure that BKRX is really well. He is very close to us, and we do need to watch it now, because he could end up doing the same thing as what that last lad did to us, going around Lodge corner. I have a map on my left of all the corner names. I'm slowly learning them. When I'm playing with Deej and Jamie and all those other guys in the Discord, they always name corners. I'm just like, what corner are you talking about? So I'm slowly learning all the tracks. I learned Donny Park, and now I'm on to Oulton Park. So coming down towards Cascades, that was Denton's corner that we just passed. Taking it slightly wide, but we do just get the little hook up that this car needs. When you are going around Cascades, if you don't get the hook on the inside curbing, and you don't get that hook, you lose so much speed and go so wide. Getting that hook is one of the most important things. It's all about the weight transfer when it comes to these cars. Braking slightly too late, but for some reason works really well in our favor. We got some awesome speed out of Shell's Oil's corner, coming towards Britain's right here. Pretty well done. We did kind of cook it a bit. We did brake a little bit too late there, which does means that we did kind of sacrifice a bit of speed. We do have to go a little bit defensive, maybe trying to break the toe, but he's so far back that I'm pretty sure it's all good. And now it's just coming to the trust exercises when it comes to these chicanes, learning how wide our car is. The best thing about this track is, I would say, practice those chicanes more than anything. Just go as fast as you can through those chicanes, try and get as close as you can. In fact, go so close you end up like taking your wheel off, because that's when you kind of know the width of your car, kind of where you need to position yourself. And that's really with most corners, you know, in this game. In fact, in racing in general, knowing the width of your car is really important when you're coming up to lines, because I see a lot of people, my I rating dropped quite significantly over the past couple of days. I did drop down to, I think it was a 1.4 at one point, so I was kind of down in the lower tier lobbies due to some technical issues I was having with my game. And watching where rookies and newer low I rating players race, they don't use as much of the track as what you need to. So one of the best tips that I can give you, in the sense of at least building a bit more speed, is using the entire track width. Well, obviously you need to know how wide your car is. So using the entire track length and then knowing how wide your car is a pretty decent point. And knowing where your weight transfer is as well. Knowing when you can actually accelerate when you shouldn't do. So right here, going past Island Bend, you actually want to eat a little bit of that dirt just after that curb. Not too much, because you will actually get a off track. And then for me right there, you want to go as tight as you can around Shell's corner and in first as well. You carry a lot more speed out when you're actually sitting in first. Into Britain's, again, drop into third. Or sorry, you only want to be in third, down from Shell's corner into Britain's. You don't really want to switch up the fourth, because you literally just hit the rev limiter as soon as you arrive. And then coming down towards his slop, you know the braking point by now. Taking it close as anything right there. I'm pretty sure that if I was any more over to the right, we would have lost it. You want to eat a lot of that curb. Knickerbrook's corner, the inside there, you almost want both of your tires. You want one tire to be in the dirt and one tire to be in the rubber. That sounds a bit of a sexual joke, but yeah, that's kind of what you want to do there. Right here, Druids is my bane. I'm still learning it. As you can tell, every time I take that corner, it's different. Sometimes I go really fast, just go quite slow. Right here where you see the white line, it bumps out, that's where your braking point is. Take it in second, and when you see the tarmac on the right side, that's when you actually want to accelerate. I did actually turn in a little bit too late right there, but you do actually want to try and get as close as you can on the right side. You don't want to take it wide at all into Druids, because it's quite rough. When it was that one, the corner we just went past, Old Hall corner, it's a rough corner. But here, I brake as soon as these tire marks in the front, just after the dip, turn it in, get really tight and floor it as soon as I can see the end of the curb coming up. And then right here, you want to go as wide as you can before Island Bend. Even touch the little bit of tarmac outside the white line. Get as close as you can on the left. And you can floor it, but it's all about commitment. At this point in the race, what are we, 7th place right now? I kind of didn't want to throw it away, so I am lifting in position just to take it a bit more safer, but you can take it flat the entire way through Island Bend. And again here, braking up, there is no braking marker. I just brake when I feel like I should do at that point. I need to, the markers are the best things for you to like build up, you know, where your knowledge of the track is and all that fun stuff. We are slowly catching up to Mr. Oliver here, and almost taking it too wide right there. Knickerbrook is such an important corner for the climb up this hill. You need to be very careful when you are actually doing these runs, but this is the white flag lap. I'm pretty sure that we will not be catching up to Mr. Oliver in front of us, and Alex is again 2 seconds behind us. We're basically spacing evenly out between all of us. This race has been really fun. I've been playing a lot of the GT3s, so coming over to the GR86, it's a really good gripping car, even compared to the GT3s, and you can just throw it around, and it's just an awesome piece of machinery. Really good acceleration, great middle ground, it's brilliant. So right here, if you guys have seen one of my shorts recently, if it's up, you actually want to continue racing until the timer down the bottom right, or when the person in last place crosses the finish line. The reason being is all of this right now is actually gaining me iRating, or not iRating, safety rating. So if I get in an accident right now and I get 4x, it actually counts towards my final, well, 4x. So you do need to be careful. You can even be disqualified if you're not careful, even after this race is finished. So yeah, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Again, it's been a long time since I've done a commentary. It's literally isn't the best commentary right here today. I did do my best. I need to get in the back of the habit of making videos again. I'm starting to stream regularly over on the YouTube channel as well. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit that sub button as well as give it a fat old like. You guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.